Welcome to Friday Night Smackdown, and tonight is our go-home show for Wrestlemania. Drew McIntyre faces LA Knight tonight, looking for revenge after Cody Rhodes' distraction cost him their last encounter weeks ago. With Drew set to challenge Cody for the Undisputed WWE Championship in the Night 2 main event of Wrestlemania, the Scottish Psychopath is determined to regain momentum before the biggest fight of his career. The Motor City Machine Guns have been impressive in their recent run, and tonight they get their opportunity to challenge the Lucha Brothers for the WWE Tag Team Championships. With two dynamic and highly skilled teams colliding for the titles, this promises to be a spectacular tag team showcase. First up, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar collide in a blockbuster championship opportunity tournament semifinal. With the winner advancing to face John Cena at WrestleMania in the tournament final, who will move one step closer to a future world title opportunity?
The following championship opportunity tournament semifinal match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the OTC, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns makes his way to the ring with everything to prove. Just one win away from finally securing his place on the WrestleMania card after being left out for the first time in years. But standing in his path is the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And Reigns must overcome one of the most dangerous obstacles in WWE if he wants to reach the tournament final.
And his opponent, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 286 pounds, he is the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar makes his way to the ring with an intimidating presence, still proving why he remains one of the fiercest challengers in WWE as he bulldozes through the championship opportunity tournament. But tonight, the Beast Incarnate must overcome his arch nemesis Roman Reigns if he wants to advance to WrestleMania and move closer to another world title opportunity. The bell rings and Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar waste no time unloading on each other, trading heavy punches in the center of the ring. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar immediately engage in a battle of strength before Reigns surprises Lesnar with a quick roll-up, but the Beast powers out at a 1 count. A furious Brock Lesnar explodes back into the match, unloading on Roman Reigns with vicious intensity. Lesnar unleashes a relentless barrage of offense, overwhelming Reigns and forcing him onto the defensive. Roman Reigns counters and suddenly finds an opening, exploding forward, catching Brock Lesnar with a massive spear out of nowhere before going for the pin. But Lesnar powers out at 2, leaving the Tribal Chief visibly stunned. Roman Reigns looks to keep the pressure on, but Brock Lesnar counters and hoists him up for an F5, only for Reigns to desperately struggle free before the move can connect. Roman Reigns mounts a fierce comeback, unloading on Brock Lesnar with a relentless series of attacks. Reigns keeps the pressure coming, forcing Lesnar onto the back foot and refusing to let the Beast recover. Lesnar struggles to get back to his feet as Roman continues overwhelming him with non-stop offense. Roman Reigns drives Brock Lesnar into the mat with yet another devastating spear and hooks the leg. But somehow Lesnar powers out at 2. Roman Reigns refuses to surrender the momentum, blasting Brock Lesnar with a thunderous Superman punch. Roman Reigns goes for the kill, charging out of the corner and driving Brock Lesnar into the mat with another massive spear before immediately hooking the leg for the pin.
Here is your winner, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns survives a hard-fought battle against Brock Lesnar and secures a massive victory to advance to the Championship Opportunity Tournament final. The OTC now heads to WrestleMania to face John Cena, with a future world title opportunity hanging in the balance.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Tokyo, Japan, she is the beautiful Madness, Julia.
Julia makes her way to the ring with confidence, continuing to impress in recent weeks as she stakes her claim for another shot at the WWE Women's Championship. Tonight, she faces Kalani Jordan with the intent to dominate and send another clear statement to the entire women's division.
And her opponent, from Boynton Beach, Florida, Kalani Jordan.
NXT's Kalani Jordan makes her way to the ring with determination, looking to make the most of a major opportunity on the main roster tonight. She aims to showcase her massive potential and prove she can hang with a championship-caliber competitor like Julia. The bell rings and Kalani Jordan explodes out of the gate, taking the fight straight to Julia with non-stop action and impressive athleticism. Jordan's relentless pace immediately puts Julia on the back foot as she struggles to slow down the early onslaught. Julia avoids an attack and quickly turns the tide with a perfectly timed counter. Julia fires back with a relentless string of offense, punishing Kalani Jordan and swinging the momentum firmly in her favor. Julia continues to pile on the pressure, refusing to give Kalani Jordan any room to breathe. Jordan is forced onto the defensive as Julia keeps unloading with a relentless barrage of offense. Kalani struggles to get back to her feet, while Julia remains firmly in control of the match. Julia plants Kalani Jordan into the mat with the hammerlock Michinoku driver, leaving her vulnerable. Julia then follows up with a crushing Arrivederci before immediately hooking the leg for the pin attempt. Julia secures the victory, but before she can even celebrate, WWE Women's Champion Becky Lynch clocks her with the title belt and raises it high, sending a clear signal of her improved health.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Tala, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds, representing Latino World Order, he is the European Champion, Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee makes his way to the ring with focus, just days away from his champion versus champion clash against AAA mega champion El Hijo del Vikingo at WrestleMania. After last week's post-match assault by Vikingo and Lexis King, the European champion looks to get payback tonight and rebuild momentum before the biggest match of his reign.
And his opponent, from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 223 pounds, Lexis King.
Lexis King makes his way to the ring with a smug confidence, looking to inflict even more damage on European champion Dragon Lee after last week's post-match assault. With Dragon Lee's WrestleMania clash against El Hijo del Vikingo looming, King aims to weaken the champion further and keep himself in the European Championship conversation. The bell rings and Dragon Lee locks up with Lexis King, but after forcing Lee into the corner, King immediately shows his true colors by sneaking in a cheap shot. Lexis King continues to pile on the pressure, unloading on Dragon Lee with a relentless barrage of offense. Lee is forced onto the back foot as King keeps control of the match and refuses to let his opponent build any momentum. Lee sidesteps a springboard attack from King and immediately capitalizes on the mistake. Lee ignites a spectacular comeback with his high-octane offense, dazzling the crowd and forcing King onto the back foot. Lee keeps the pressure on and looks ready to put the match away as he attempts Operation Dragon. But King catches him before the move can connect and quickly turns the momentum around, launching a comeback of his own. King grabs hold of Lee, but Lee quickly counters and catches him by surprise. Out of nowhere, Lee drops King with a sharp back suplex and pin attempt.
Here is your winner, Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee secures the victory, but before he can even celebrate, El Hijo del Vikingo makes his way to the ring and launches a vicious attack. Vikingo blindsides the European champion and clocks him with the European Championship belt, sending a clear message of superiority ahead of their champion versus champion clash at WrestleMania.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from San Jose, California, she is the role model, Bayley.
Bayley makes her way to the ring with determination, just days away from her brutal last woman standing match against Naomi at WrestleMania. Tonight, she takes on Izzy Dame to sharpen her edge and build momentum before her personal war on Night 2 this Sunday.
And her opponent, from Buchanan, Michigan, Izzy Dame.
NXT's Izzy Dame makes her way to the ring with confidence, looking to make the most of a major opportunity on the main roster tonight. She aims to showcase her massive potential and prove she belongs on a bigger stage against a veteran like Bayley. The bell rings and Bayley and Izzy Dame immediately lock up in the center of the ring, battling for early control. Dame gains the upper hand and quickly begins impressing against the veteran, forcing Bayley onto the defensive with her aggressive start. Dame continues to build momentum, keeping the pressure on Bayley and forcing the veteran onto the back foot with a relentless attack. Bayley finds an opening and counters, swinging the momentum back in her favor. She regains control of the match and takes the fight straight back to Dame. Bayley keeps mounting the pressure, forcing Dame onto the defensive with a determined comeback. Bayley plants Dame with the Rose Plant and quickly hooks the leg for the pin.
Here is your winner, Bayley!
Bayley secures the win and builds momentum ahead of WrestleMania. Naomi makes her way into the ring and stares down Bayley, vowing to prove her superiority and put Bayley down for good in their last woman standing match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, he is the United States Champion, the prize fighter, Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens makes his way to the ring with the United States Championship firmly in his possession, just days away from defending the title against Rusev at WrestleMania. Tonight, Owens faces Angel in a warm-up match, looking to stay sharp and carry momentum into his huge title defense.
And his opponent, from Monterrey, Mexico, representing Los Garza, Angel.
Angel makes his way to the ring with determination, ready to put his recent disappointments behind him and seize a major opportunity against the United States Champion. A shocking win over Kevin Owens tonight would be a huge momentum shift and could put Angel firmly back on the right track. The bell rings and Angel comes out firing, taking the fight straight to Kevin Owens with an aggressive burst of offense. Determined to make a statement against the United States Champion, Angel looks to capitalize on the biggest opportunity of his career. Angel appears to be firmly in control, but Owens counters and begins mounting a hard-hitting comeback to swing the momentum in his favor. Owens fully regains control of the match and begins piling on the pressure against Angel. Owens forces Angel onto the back foot with a relentless attack, showing exactly why he holds the United States Championship. Owens waits for Angel to get back to his feet before striking with a sudden stunner and immediately hooking the leg for the pinfall.
Here is your winner, Kevin Owens!
Kevin Owens secures the win, but his celebration is quickly cut short as Rusev storms out after the match. The Bulgarian Brute attacks Owens from behind, making sure the United States Champion does not leave standing tall tonight. Rusev then clocks Owens with the United States Championship, getting the last laugh before their title battle at WrestleMania.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Adelaide, South Australia, representing the Terror Twins, she is the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley makes her way to the ring with anger in her eyes, looking to avenge the backstage attack on Raquel Rodriguez earlier tonight. Raquel Rodriguez was taken out earlier by Chelsea Green, leaving Ripley without her partner and forcing her to compete with that concern weighing heavily on her mind. With WrestleMania just days away, Ripley aims to take down one half of the women's tag team champions and seize crucial momentum before the title match.
And her opponent, from Ayrshire, Scotland, she is one half of the women's tag team champions, Piper Niven.
Piper Niven makes her way to the ring with confidence as one half of the women's tag team champions prepares to face her WrestleMania challenger, Rhea Ripley. With Rodriguez out of the picture, Niven looks to exploit Ripley's vulnerable mental state and secure a crucial momentum win before WrestleMania. Piper Niven surprisingly overpowers Rhea Ripley in the opening moments and quickly takes control of the match. Niven is wrestling with purpose tonight, determined to build momentum and send a message ahead of their women's tag team championship clash at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley finally finds an opening and turns the tide with a timely counter. Ripley begins mounting a powerful comeback, regaining momentum and taking control of the match from Piper Niven. Fueled by the backstage attack on Raquel Rodriguez earlier tonight, Ripley looks determined to exact some revenge before WrestleMania. Piper Niven counters and takes Rhea Ripley down before trying to lift her. But Ripley slips free and turns the tables with a perfectly executed backdrop that sends Niven crashing to the mat. Rhea Ripley has had enough as she cinches in a painful submission hold, and despite her best efforts, Piper Niven cannot escape and is ultimately forced to tap out. Rhea Ripley secures the win and builds momentum heading into WrestleMania, but her celebration is suddenly interrupted by Chelsea Green's entrance music. Ripley turns her attention to the stage, bracing for the champion's arrival, only for Green to strike from behind and take out her challenger, gaining a crucial edge before their title clash. And now, here's the rest of the card for both nights of WrestleMania. After his huge victory earlier tonight, Roman Reigns advances to WrestleMania Night 1, where he faces John Cena in a blockbuster tournament final with championship opportunity implications on the line. Also on Night 1, the Twin Terrors are out for revenge as they challenge for the Women's Tag Team Championships. After weeks of escalating conflict, the European champion Dragon Lee collides with AAA mega champion El Hijo del Vikingo in a dream match on Night 1. Can Kevin Owens survive the challenge of a hungry and dangerous Rusev, or will we crown a new United States champion on Night 1? On WrestleMania Night 2, Becky Lynch faces a tough challenge as she defends the WWE Women's Championship against Jade Cargill and Julia in a blockbuster triple threat match. After months of bad blood, Bayley and Naomi finally look to settle their bitter rivalry once and for all in a brutal last woman standing match. And in the main event of Night 2, Cody Rhodes puts the undisputed WWE Championship on the line against Elimination Chamber winner Drew McIntyre in a colossal showdown.
The following tag team contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Tag Team Championship.
The Lucha Brothers make their way to the ring with the WWE Tag Team Championships in their possession, eager to defend their titles against the impressive Motor City Machine Guns. Tonight, the champions look to solidify their reign with a successful defense and prove they remain the standard of the tag team division. The Motor City Machine Guns make their way to the ring as challengers, earning this title opportunity through their recent impressive run in the tag team division. Tonight, they challenge the Lucha Brothers for the WWE Tag Team Championships. And with two dynamic, highly skilled teams colliding, this promises to be a spectacular showcase of tag team wrestling.
The following tag team contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. Weighing in at a combined weight of 420 pounds, they are the team of Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns. And their opponents, weighing in at a combined weight of 370 pounds, they are the team of Penta and Rey Fenix, the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Lucha Brothers.
The referee raises the WWE Tag Team Championships high above his head, signaling that the start of this massive title showdown. Penta and Chris Sabin kick things off for their respective teams, and neither man gives an inch in the opening exchange. The action swings back and forth at a frantic pace as both competitors refuse to back down, determined to gain the early advantage for their team. Sabin takes Penta down, showcasing his relentless determination to finally capture the WWE Tag Team Championships. Sabin begins taking control of the action, driving Penta into the corner before making the tag to Alex Shelley. The Motor City Machine Guns immediately showcase their trademark chemistry, combining to take Penta down at ringside with a perfectly executed tag team maneuver. Penta refuses to stay down, rushing back into the ring to surprise Shelley before sending him into the corner, tagging in Rey Fenix, and combining for their own tag team maneuver that brings the champions roaring back into the fight. Penta and Sabin are back in the ring, and Penta immediately takes over with a relentless barrage of offense. Penta knocks Alex Shelley off the apron to ringside before planting Sabin with a devastating Mexican destroyer and diving into the cover, looking to retain the titles. The Lucha Brothers successfully retain the WWE Tag Team Championships. But before the champions can celebrate, Austin Theory and Logan Paul emerge and launch a shocking post-match attack, taking them down and sending a bold message of their own.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the Scottish Psychopath, Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre makes his way to the ring with revenge on his mind, ready to face LA Knight after Cody Rhodes' distraction cost him their last encounter weeks ago. With his Undisputed WWE Championship match against Cody, set for the Night 2 main event of WrestleMania, the Scottish Psychopath is determined to rebuild momentum before the biggest fight of his career.
And his opponent, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 234 pounds, he is the megastar, LA Knight.
LA Knight makes his way to the ring with confidence, looking to prove that his recent win over Drew McIntyre was no fluke. Tonight, he aims to take down the Men's Elimination Chamber winner once again and stake his own claim for a future title opportunity. The bell rings and Drew McIntyre explodes out of the gate with bad intentions, overwhelming LA Knight from the opening seconds. LA Knight refuses to stay down, rolling through to counter before sending Drew McIntyre to ringside. But his attempt at a high-risk attack proves costly as McIntyre sidesteps at the last moment and leaves Knight crashing hard. Drew seizes control and plants Knight with the Future Shock DDT before hooking the leg, but Knight defiantly kicks out at 2 and refuses to stay down. Drew McIntyre continues to dominate the action, keeping relentless pressure on LA Knight as he looks to put this match away. McIntyre explodes out of the corner for the Claymore, but Knight reacts just in time and sidesteps the devastating kick, creating a crucial opening for himself. LA Knight capitalizes on the missed Claymore and storms back into the match with a determined comeback, swinging the momentum firmly in his favor. With the crowd behind him, Knight nails the megastar's elbow onto McIntyre. Sensing victory within reach, Knight waits for McIntyre to rise before planting him headfirst into the canvas with the devastating blunt force trauma and hooking the leg. The referee counts 2, but McIntyre somehow powers out, stunning Knight. Drew McIntyre refuses to back down, countering Knight's attack and forcefully seizing control of the match once again. McIntyre looks to be firmly back in control, punishing Knight with a relentless assault and leaving him barely able to stand. McIntyre then waits in the corner for his moment before exploding forward with a thunderous Claymore and immediately hooking the leg for the pinfall attempt.
Here is your winner, Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre secures a huge victory, but his celebration is cut short as Cody Rhodes makes his way to the ring and confronts his WrestleMania challenger. The two men stand face to face in a tense stare-down, with Cody making it clear that he intends to leave the grandest stage of them all, still the undisputed WWE Champion. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you like this video.